Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve.
Alright, everybody, welcome back to another day of Colt Esports. Today it's the first match of the series, and it shall be casted by me, your lead caster Crunchy, and I will be joined by none
Your
other than
team
my
is
support
banning.
HP.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up, bro?
Yo, nothing's up, but
Your team
yeah,
is
the
banning.
match has already started, so let's get right into it. Today's first match is between the side of Delinquents
Your
on the
team
left
is banning.
and Elucidate on the right side. The bans have already started to come in, and the
Your
first
team
phase is
is
already
picking.
done and dusted. HP, what do you think of these bans?
They are pretty strong bands, to be honest. They are really strong bands. I can see that Matilda and Phobius are open. They
True,
might
true.
be going for either of two.
Either of them, but I mean there are other picks open as well. I'm assuming there's the Ruby,
Your team
there's
is
a lot
picking.
of other stuff also. And as you said, Phobius was picked up by the side of Delinquents for their first pick. Esma is open, so I'm not sure if they'll go for it as a counter. What do you think, HP?
They might be going for it as a counter, I guess. Yeah. yeah.
There we see the Esmeralda being locked in, and the second pick coming in from the side of Elucidate is still up. I think they'll be starting to pick their mage or their tank by now. And there we see it, the
team is
Popol and
picking.
Koopa being locked right in for the second pick. Pretty strong draft going on right now. The Esma to counter the Phobius, but Phobius himself is quite a strong pick. The Popol also coming from the side of Elucidate is quite the meta tank right now, the meta roam support. HP.
So, what do you think about Raja when there's Popol and Koopa? I mean, it's going to be a bit problematic for him, right?
A
Your
bit,
team
yes,
is
but I
picking.
mean, Roger's strength might make up for the amount that Popol and Koopa can give, amount of peel that Popol and Koopa can give to his teammates, because definitely the knockup's going to be a bit annoying. The stun from Koopa will also be quite annoying, but I think a good, well-timed Lycan Pounce can, of course, get him in safely into the backline and ready to shred it to pieces.
So, yeah, we might be moving into the second stage of
Your
banning.
team is banning.
What do you expect?
True, true. I mean,
See,
of course,
I want to point out that Matilda hasn't been picked yet.
Yup, it's not been picked yet, but
Always on the
you can
way.
see for
Your
the side
team is
of
banning.
like oh, it's banned already. So yeah, I mean quite the good ban at that, because the Matilda had not been banned from the first half of the draft, and you could see that it was open. The Popol was picked instead of
Your team is
her for
picking.
the side of Elucidate, and they saw that Matilda was open and there was a lack of a roamer for the side of Delinquents. So that Matilda ban, yeah, coming in from them, it's really good. And as you said, HP, Matilda was banned right away.
So, what do you think about my prediction skills, you?
Yo, they could use some polishing here and there, you know. Anyways, so we're heading into the next stage of the draft, and the jungler coming in from the side of
Your team
Elucidate seems
is
to be that
picking.
Granger. It's quite the well-rounded draft. You can see that they have 2 magic damage, and there is 1 physical, and it's Granger. They're gonna need a bit more, so I think something like a Lapu or another offlaner who can deal a decent chunk of damage while tanking a bit would be quite the necessity for the last pick from Elucidate. But meanwhile, the side of Delinquents just finalizing the draft, lot of magic damage coming from them, but they still do not hesitate when they pick that
Your
Alice
team is
HP.
picking.
I mean, yeah, the Delinquents draft are pretty strong. I mean, they're pretty tanky, you know, it's going to be really hard to take them down, and there's that Alice. who keeps going stronger and stronger as the game progresses. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting match. And they too have Kagura, who cannot be underestimated because she will burn those tanky heroes down.
True. Now for the final pick, we're seeing a Chu being locked in for the side of Elucidate. I mean, you did say that Popol would be posing a great threat to the Roger, but the moment he dives in when that show has his ultimate, it's gonna be mayhem for him to try and get in because he's just gonna be locked down with all that CC HP.
Yup, absolutely. Oh yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting. I wanna experience this match. It gives me goosebumps.
Aye, that's true. But of course, we're starting into the match, the drafts are finalized. So who do you place your bets on?
Place my bets on Delinquents just because they have Alice. Alice has been my favorite for a long time. But then
True.
I don't know. I'm not able to use her really well.
I mean, of course, while you place your bets on Delinquents, I think that Elucidate will be the one to be the victors of this match. But of course, we have headed into the land of dawn. Guys, there's a poll right there in the comment section. Do vote for which side you support. And heading into the match, we can see right away that the Hylos is trying to prevent any form of invasion from the side of that Popol because what?
So, wanted to point out this. Are you seeing this? Like, Phobius is being used as a support.
Yeah, actually, the Linux is in the offlane and Phobius is in the mid. I mean, I have seen these kinds of splits before, like the mid lane Phobius, and I think the main reason for this is that that Phobius on the offlane, he'll be facing a lot of problems from that Esmeralda, so they're trying to prevent that HP.
That was a really amazing play by Delinquents coming in. That was a really nice idea. I wouldn't have thought of this, to be honest.
True. But I mean, like, look at the other offlanes at the same time. You see that Cho's totally bullying this Linux in the early stages because she doesn't really have the damage to push him away, zone him away, but Cho does. He's totally taking advantage of Linux's weak early towards these kinds of situations where she's totally being zoned out. But of course, she's taking that recall and she decides to interrupt it. Look at that, she's followed, but there he goes for the kill, and that first blood taken away from the side of Elucidate onto that Linux in the top lane. You see it's a bit of a gank, a bit of a skirmish on the bot lane. Roger falling a bit low. Rhapsody being used by the Granger. Black and Pout going in, but Granger manages to clutch it out. Low HP, but he gets away. Look at that. Phobius and Alice is on the chase. Phobius using that flame shot to secure that kill onto the Granger. Both the sides have lost their junglers and the turtle has spawned right away. No retribution to secure it. So both teams are just backing away HP.
I mean, yeah, the trade was pretty equal because both the junglers were taken down.
True. But I mean, you need to consider the fact that the side of Elucidate does have that goal lead for now because they did secure that lead, so they did make a lot of good moves in terms of their like their draft, their overall team comp is really synergizing.
Yep, absolutely.
Alright, so now it's the time for the turtle, and both teams do have their jungler up right now, so it's gonna be a bit of time before somewhat of an action starts on that turtle fight. Oh, look at that, the Kagura going for the same umbrella open. Hylos falling a bit low, but he does have that revitalize spell. The Roger going in for the like and power, so he's a bit overextended, uses his skills to get right back. Look at that, Phobius unlocked his ultimate, going in for the finishing move. Look at that, Roger securing that retribution on the turtle. Look, Sparda falling down to that Alice. Phobius still on the chase, getting the jungler, getting the Granger from the side of Elucidate. Still, Kagura being taken down, double kill for Alice, and that shall be the team fight wraps. Elucidate taking the L as their advantage is totally quashed by the side of Delinquents. HP.
That was a really amazing engage coming in from the Delinquents. I mean, Alice following up with that flicker into the turtle and Phobius too diving in. It ended well. I mean, they got the turtle too.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry for that, guys. And going right into it, like that was such a massive win for the side of Delinquents. They were totally back and behind on the gold and the team fight potential right there. You know, it was the side of Elucidate that had secured the total pit and all, but that counter engage coming in from Delinquents totally secured that game over the HP.
Yep, absolutely. And we might be seeing a skirmish again.
That's true.
The bottom
And
lane.
there you can see the Phobius kind of, poking everyone out there. He's trying to get something, say, get in some action, get in those ultimates unlocked because like that Astro's Eye is not gonna keep stuff waiting. And the faster he unlocks his ultimate, the faster the side of Elucidate is heading towards a demise because that Phobius ultimate is gonna be such a game-setting. It's such a game-changing move because as you saw in the last turtle fight, he totally dominated it just by getting his ultimate on the right people, on the right targets at the right time. HP.
I mean, I wanted to ask you this. I mean, they had Phobius, right? Why did they pick Chow in the end? Because they could have gone for something else. Because they had
I
Chow
mean,
and Dash
they
would
did.
just.
They did have not much CC from coming from the side of Delinquents. They had the Linux, they had the Alice who could set a bit but not enough. That show they needed that hard CC. Kagura going in, but she is unlocked onto Phobius getting taken down. Popo falling low and taken down by Roger. Granger not looking so not looking in a great position, and he gets taken down again. Esmeralda, the last standing player from the side of oh no, it's Joe actually, and he's trying to go for that Alice, but he's not really getting that action right now. And totally free one for the side of Delinquents. And as I was saying, HP, like the Cho, it was actually a good pick because they didn't really have that hard CC and keep out potential coming in for the side of Elucidate. Because you can see that Kagura, of course, she does have that CC, but any dashes are just gonna negate it. But I mean, I guess they're not really making such great use of their comp. What do you think?
So yeah, also what I thought what Phobius would be a liability, but then he's proving to be a valuable asset to the team. I thought he would be a liability since his counter Esmeralda was picked, but then he's proving to be a really amazing asset to the team.
Yep, definitely, because he's not even laning against the Esmeralda that's countered him. So he's switched lanes with that Lunox, who should have been by all means and rights the mid laner. So yeah, it's pretty much because the side of Delinquents have gone for this kind of split. Look at that, the Phobius going for the Astro side, Cho falling low, Roger getting that kill onto the Cho, and that shall be the wrap for this skirmish, I guess. But they're still trying to find another target to take down. Mid lane turret totally free, and they take it down. Kagura going for really risky engages, getting caught out a lot. Look at that, the Phobius going again, but he won't really get anything done this time. His ultimate is still locked. Look at that, Kagura getting that Alice double kill for that Lunox, getting that Esmeralda. Granger going for the Dead Sonata over there, but it's not really dealing that much damage. Cho finally coming to the team fight, coming to his team's aid, but he's not really able to do anything except zone everyone out. HP.
Yep, that trade didn't end well again for the Elucidate, but then yeah, they did manage to shut down Hylos and Alice, right? Yeah.
They did, but like that trading and your entire team comp for Hylos and Alice, a 3-for-2 trade was really not worth it, you know.
When was the top tower taken down? I totally failed to notice that.
Yep, the top tower was taken down by the show because he was still pushing when the T-Fight had started. He did manage to get in a bit late to enough, but he was there to zone out the side of Delinquents from the mid turret, which is why the tier 2 is still standing. But of course, you can see Delinquents have taken total control of this turtle pit right there. Lunox going in for that Chaos Assault. This is going to melt the turtle really fast, and it's going to be an easy turtle for the side of Delinquents. Not any fight, not any engages found yet. Alice still trying to use her Blood Oath to get in somewhere, but it's not really working because you can see that the side of Elucidate is really big save. Look at that, the same umbrella open, going in, taking a lot of HP from that Roger the shutdown, getting Oh, the Esmeralda taking out that Roger. Meanwhile, Alice diving into the backline of Elucidate, taking out that Kagura, getting that revenge strike. And there we can see Popol and Granger really good looking low. Shut down onto the Phobius by the show. He chased a bit too far and he paid the full price for it. Esmeralda as well. Look at both the offlaners chased way too far into enemy lines and they completely got traded out. Esmeralda for that Phobius HP.
Yeah, the trade didn't end well, as you know, they got a shutdown and shutdown gives a lot of gold. So yeah, they were able to recover a lot of gold from the red team. I mean, the red team was able to recover a lot of gold.
True, but they still are lagging behind in goal. It's almost a 4K advantage for the side of Delinquents. It's totally, the tables have totally turned first. It was the side of Elucidate that had the goal lead, even despite the fact that it was a slight one. That the Phobius ultimate totally changed the entire dynamic of this game. Look at that, the top turret being pushed in by this Alice at this point of time. There's nothing the Granger can really do, but he still tries using that Dead Sonata over there. Phobius trying to get in another team fight. He's really being the win condition for his team right there, tanking a lot of damage and also engaging and finding that damage onto the backline of the side of Elucidate. HP.
Right, trouble again. You can see Kagura against trouble again.
Yup, I think that Kagura was really big blunder as a pick for the side of Elucidate. Look at that, the Phobius jumping in again, but he doesn't really find his target, falls low, and look at that, Alice going in with a Blood Ode, not really finding anybody, so both sides just seem to, stick around, just they're just standing in front of each other trying to find some engagement. Granger going again for that Sonata. He's wasting a lot of his ultimate, but I'm not really sure why. HP.
That's the third or the fourth time I'm seeing him use his Death Sonata for no reason.
That's true.
Maybe he wanted to last some minions that weren't available. I don't know.
Perhaps. I mean, they're lacking so much on gold. I mean, even using ultimate on those minions would be a good option at this point of time. Like, also, you can see that the side of Elucidate is sticking a lot together right now. It's not really a good sign because the more you stick together, the more that Phobius is just going to go into the backline of your entire composition and get everyone in there, shred everyone, melt everyone, whatever you want to say. He's just going to rip apart your entire team. HP.
So yeah, what I noticed is that more than Popol engaging, it's Kagura who's taking those engages, and that's where they are going wrong.
That's true. I mean, I can't say I don't relate to that Kagura sometimes. It's playing mage is like, if your tank cannot engage, that's pretty much what it is over there. Look at that, the Alice going in with the Blood Ode. She does have that ultimate. Look at that, Phobius unlocked, but he's not really able to get in that much damage right now. Flame Shot going in, carrying a lot of damage onto the jungler for the side of Elucidate. Granger taking a lot, same umbrella openly being used by the Kagura, but it's not really enough to take anybody down. Phobius being taken down by the base turret. Roger going for the bot inhibitor at the same time. Hylos falling low, but he does have that immortality, not really procced yet. But of course, that Sonata from the Granger does manage to get in those minions which were hitting at the base. I'm just looking forward to when the side of Elucidate can get some kind of comeback, but it's not really looking too great for them right now, HP.
To be honest, I cannot see any insurance picks coming in from the Elucidate because on the the blue side we have Alice, we have Lunox, we also have that Phobius whose damage is really great too during the late game. And there's Hylos who's just too tanky. Even if he's low, he's gonna regain a lot from those spell.
I feel that rather than mess up in their draft in the off lanes, mess up in their draft in the Romo, mess up in their draft in the second offlane, it's mainly the jungler and the mage that were the mistake for the side of Elucidate. The Kagura versus the Phobius is not really great for her, that she has so many dashes, just works against her and her whole team, because the moment she tries to engage and retreat, that Phobius is going to chase her down and that's just going to get him into the backline of their entire comp. And meanwhile, this Granger is not really able to get in enough damage to melt down the tanky composition coming from the side of Delinquents. So yeah, HP.
I mean, Granger as a hero, he requires snowballing in the early game, and he wasn't able to get that snowballing. So yeah, that's also one of the things where they went wrong, because Popol couldn't set up, and Kagura was the first one to engage in each and every team fights.
Yup, I mean the situation in the early was really dicey for them since they lost that entire lead that they had consolidated in that time. And I feel more than a problem of their picks, it's more of a problem of how much their team synergizes together. They're not really doing much, and there the Dead Sonata coming in from the Granger trying to land on his buff, but it really misses its mark by a lot, by a ton. HP.
Absolutely. And yeah, we might be seeing for a Lord here. I mean, yeah, they might bait. I guess they won't be baiting them. If they bait, it's definitely going to be a wipeout, or else it's going to be a Lord and the end game.
Yup, that's true, but I mean, the Lord right now would not be such a great. Oh, actually, I changed my mind completely. The Granger just uses Retribution on the red buff. This is the perfect time for a Lord. The side of Elucidate has literally no chance at a contest right now. If they actually manage to steal this Lord, it's gonna be like it's gonna be hella confusing for this side. Look at that, the Death Sonata coming in, but the Hilo is there to body block all those shots from Granger. Lord being secured by the Roger. Esmeralda jumping in for no reason at all. She's taken down in a jiffy, but of course she manages to survive somehow. Look at that, she's mad. Look at that amazing shield, but at the same time, Roger, look at him, so low, but he did manage to get that clutch with those lighted pouches coming right at the opportune moment. Man, Alice going in with no fear. She does have that winter chunky, so she goes right in for that engage with that blood oath. Not looking good for Elucidate as the base turret goes down, and that shall be the game for the first match. HP.
Victory!
Altogether, it was an amazing match. Here and there, they went wrong with those drafts. They could have picked better, and even with a bad draft, they did have an early game, but then yeah, they couldn't make it up.
Yup, this was definitely a decent match to watch, and you can see that Halos is just respecting his opponent. Man, it's really hard to find a good sport nowadays. Just saying, giving that good game to his enemy, and there you can see it, the end game screenshot. Roger totally destroying the side of the backline coming in from Elucidate, and that Phobius definitely deserves an honorable mention as well. His entire teamfight potential in the early stages was what secured their game for them. He was countered by the Esmeralda, so his team just sent him to the mid lane to make up for that, and that was just. I think that was the main reason why they won this game. You know, that quick thinking, that drafting skill, that decision making was what won Delinquents the game. They had lost the draft, but they won the game from this. HP.
Absolutely. And also, before we end, we'd like to mention our sponsor, Missy Jenny, FS Portal, and Sparda. It wouldn't be possible because of them. Please do check them out. Over to you, Crunchy.
Alright, so we'll be wrapping up this first game. Do hit that like and subscribe, and hit that notification icon. Guys, we enjoy your support, and do stick around for the next few games. We shall be heading into them soon. Alright guys, peace out.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Ha! Just in time. Time to taste my wrath! I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor! Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
Megatron.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Ha! Just in time. Just in time to taste my wrath! I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor! Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Just in time. Just in time to taste my wrath. I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor. Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
everyone, welcome back to the monthly playoffs presented by Colt Esports, sponsored by FPS Portal and supported by Missy Jenny. This is the 10th day and we are back again with yet another interesting match in front of you, and you will spectate this match with me, Scariet, and my co-caster, one of the fan favorite, Jinx.
Hello guys. Thanks for joining us. And for the fourth match, third match. Why am I always so confused?
Even I am very confused. It's the third match as far as I know.
For this match, we have on the left side we have Young Stoner Life. On the right, they don't need an introduction, guys. It's Saap Dragon coming in for this game. So jumping into the bans, we're going to see a Akai ban as well as a Selena coming in, and from the Saap Dragon side, we're going to see Saber getting locked out straight away. Akai and Selena, scared at any idea on why they have banned these heroes?
Respect bans. Akai for Apex and Selena for Void. There's absolutely no other reason to this, and it's literally the respect ban for those two people. And now Paquito is locked right away by Team Young Stoner Life.
For sure. Paquito, they're showing that Claude, and we've seen them perform so well with this Claude pick. Maybe Young Stoner Life is gonna have to pick equally strong Hyper, right? Actually, probably a Baraz would do kind of well in this match, or Granger as well. That Matilda getting locked right in. Oh my god, Saap Dragon already has such a powerful team. Paquito has been locked in from the side of Young Stoner Life, but they need a bit more damage coming in as well. Xbox getting teased over there, as well as Kufra. What do you think, Skelet? What hero do you think they need to pick to counter this Claude, especially?
Man, just go with Lunux. Literally, just pick Lunux away from Ryu Nair, because we know that Saap Dragon's comp will revolve around the Lunux of Ryu on the side lane. Anti-Mage will just go on Yuzhong, or he can even go on a Popo and Koopa. He's got no problems with that. But I must say that it's actually fairly easy to shut down Ryu Nair. Just lock away his Lunux. That's what I've been seeing in all the previous matches from the tournaments that we've seen. Yuzhong being picked up. Now there's one thing, Mathilda, it can go into the hands of Void, it can even go into the hands of Apex. So that will be a surprising factor from their draft. But from the team Young Stoner Life, they've gone with the Xbox. So yeah, it can jump into the jungle, or they can flex him into the lane against the Yuzhong. So that's one thing they are keeping as a surprise as well. So the team's very good drafting. Now Hayabusa and Kagura, the couple, have been banned away by these two teams.
Totally. So this Kagura as well, right? You're taking out one of Void's best heroes. So, he might go for this Matilda, but you know what I want to see? I want to see a Jawhead pick coming in from Apex. I know he's an amazing Jawhead player, so maybe I want to see that. But from the side of team Young Thug Life, right? Young Stoner Life, maybe we're going to see a Hyper pick coming in finally.
Absolutely. So that's going to be the Basha being picked up by Apex. Therefore, it is the Void's Mathilda in that mid lane. Young Stoner Life. They need to lock in their jungler. Gonna go with the Roger combined with that Whale. So they've got good burst potential. They can even go in with those Bombo combos by Kufra as well as Whale. Xbox there with the lasting Insanity. Paquito for the setups and knockout strikes. A very solid draft from their side. Let's see what Saap Dragon lock with. It's 100% gonna be the Ryu's hero. He's showing up the Harith, but I feel like he might go in for the Lunux. They need some late game insurance as well with that Claude. So just so everything does not land up on Hydon Bush's shoulder. Alright, it's gonna be the Harith by Ryu Nair. So we've got the drafts in front of us. Dings, what do you think? Who will get the win?
I have to say, I'm liking the draft on both sides. This Whale is going to play a vital role here. He needs to land his knockup on time, right? And if I was that Whale, I would save it for whenever I see Claude coming into the team fight. Maybe, save at least one of his skills for Claude, right? Because you need someone to counter him. Otherwise, he's going to wipe out your whole team. Xbox but I mean, you have Kufra to lock down this Harith. But against such a good Harith player, right? It might be a bit tough. For sure, Paquito needs to, take an advantage in his off lane. As well as Xborg, we all know Xborg is by himself an amazing hero, right? So he might do very well in his lane as well. So it just depends on how well they play. But for sure, I'm going to reiterate here, you need someone to lock down that Claude. Otherwise, he's going to wipe out your team. And I hope Vale and Kufra, manage to do that this time.
Let's see what happens. Just waiting for the game to begin. I would place my bets in this match just because of that Mathilda and I had it pick. My bets will go for Team Saap Dragon. We are in the land of dawn. It's gonna be Saap Dragon on the red side, and they will be taken upon by Team Young Stoner Life on the blue side. Let's see who gets the win. So, since they're going with the Claude jungle, we know that they're gonna play safe. Hide on bush will just on early game is gonna hide in the jungle and safe with those continue the farming. But then again, as soon as he gets the Demon Hunter, he will jump into those fights more frequently, and we can see the invasion right in the first minute. Apex taking on Night Fury.
For sure, right? Look at that. Bharat is being annoying there in bottom lane. But, I really wanted to see this Vale and Kufra go in and stop Claude's farm, right? You need to stop his early game as soon as possible. But they did come in there for a support for his, hyper right there. Roger. Bharat looking very, very low in mid lane, but he's going to sprint away. He's using his skill there. So, maybe it was a bit risky for him and he didn't want to sacrifice his life there, right? So good thinking, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. I'm actually surprised that the Basha is going with that sprint. Okay, so even with his skill one, he's going with that sprint. That's kind of surprising for me. But then again, let's see what he's got in mind. Meanwhile, in the bottom side, we can clearly see that Paquito dominating anti-mage right now. We know that Paquito obviously dominates almost all the fighters in his lane. Meanwhile, Basha rotating towards that top side. Harith will stay safe for the early game, though. I can see that the rotation from Saap Dragon is, a cut above Team Young Stoner Life right now. Kufra will have to jump back, quite low in HP. Mathilda, though, in the top lane, almost killing the Vale right there, but she is quite low in HP. Roger might just jump in with the Lycan Pounce. Flicker being used away by Kufra, so they will not be able to catch him, though.
I would have to agree with you. Snapdragon does seem to have a bit of, superiority coming in here, because that Claude is already much more farmed than this Roger, right? And he's already going towards his turtle while Roger is getting zoned out easily by Bharat as well. Losing his life, that first blood for your hyper is going to cost Team Young Stoner Life. Why do I keep calling him Thug Life?
I know, and because of that, even I'm starting to do that. But Yuzhong with the Black Dragon form gets the shutdown on Vale and zoning out Kufra as well as Paquito goes in for the knockup. Will just go back. Alright, there comes in the Blazing Duet as well, but since it's got absolutely no damage, you will not be able to get a kill. Yuzhong gets the kill secure. Paquito goes on to execute Bharat, but he goes in with a knockup strike. Roger gets the Mathilda down. He is going in for the chase. Goes in with the Lycan Pounce targeting Harith. Ryu will escape. That's going to be the retreat from both the teams. Or will it? Paquito still going in. Ryu, okay, he manages to escape.
Scared, in that team fight, Team Young Stoner Life did actually win that. But if only Roger had actually pounced on Claude instead, right? But instead he chased this Yuzhong, could not land that kill. But overall they did win that team fight and maybe capitalize on this advantage they have. Vale I think Vale is going to lose his life there for sure. He's going to die up. Went a bit too deep. That Matilda is hitting like a tank already. We all know how bad a mage Matilda hits.
He is being caught off positioned again and again. Right now, Xbox using his lasting insanity, does not have the Firaga armor. Mathilda goes in for the circling eagle. Void will be caught for that overextension with the Kufra's Tyrant's Rage, and Xbox managing to shut him down.
They are playing a very good game, right? Team Young Thug Life, but you've got that Bharat as well. But I want to see them get a few kills on Claude, especially. We all know, like we've seen how well Snapdragon does, right? Towards late game, especially if you don't start shutting down this Claude, he's going to be a problem for you as soon as he comes online. Look at how he's farming, like he's just farming left and right. He's farming in the enemy's jungle. He's everywhere at the moment.
Absolutely. Just as I said, he's gonna stay in the jungle till he gets the Demon Hunter and the corrosion side. The Yuzhong will be getting the shutdown in the bottom side. Pakito managing to finish him off right away. And they've got the advantage in the turtle pit right now though. But I still don't see Vale coming in. He might be got off position. Bush trying to go for the turtle. Right now, Pakito will be going to take down the Colt from the bottom lane tower. He needs to rotate. There comes in the blazing duet. Kupra goes in for the flicker. Tyrant's Rage catches absolutely no one. The turtle will be secured by Bush right away. They are going for the chase. Vale being got in a very bad position. Yeah, he will be finished off. Matilda comes in with her skill one. Insane burst. Bush using the BMI to escape. Pakito might be caught now. He might be the next person to be shut down. No, he will escape using the jab.
Yeah, totally. Let's say Team Young Thug Life is giving a bit of importance towards turrets. At least in both the offense, we see a little bit of turret health gone down. But in team fights, they are losing out. That Vale is not dealing the damage he's supposed to be dealing, and he's already getting caught out a second time. We see Vale losing his life.
It's not just the second time, it's actually
Yeah,
been
like
caught out four
four
times
times.
right now. Claude though will be shut down by Pakito. That was a very good shutdown and an important one. Will he go for more? Matilda goes in for the circling eagle. Harith is there as well. Okay, the Pasha will not be able to take that kill. Okay, Pakito quite low in HP though. He wants to clear the mid. There comes in the Zaman force on Kufra. Harith dealing a lot of damage. Kufra gets in the Tyrant's Rage. Will catch absolutely no one. Meanwhile in the top side, Yuzhong going 2v1, winning the lane against the Xbox and the Roger. He gets the kill on Xbox. Mid lane tier 1 goes down. Snapdragon in the goal lead of 2k right now.
Yeah, so already they started getting that advantage, right? And look at Claude, he's still not in the team fights. His team is handling all of it for now at least. And as soon as he comes in, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Vale missing his ultimate again. Looks like that Vale pick is not working out for them, right? Kufra is not able to catch them and Vale is not able to, deal that damage. He really needs to probably land his skills especially.
Absolutely. They need that Tyrant's Revenge knockup. They need those Tyrant's Rage stuns over the ball to catch Snapdragon. They've got more mobility right now. Meanwhile, Yuzhong in the mid lane goes in with the Black Dragon form. Roger might be in a tough position. Matilda comes in. Claude will be jumping in as well. That's for sure a shutdown. Blazing Duet comes up. Kufra will use his figure to escape everything. Vale goes in with the ultimate, gets the skill one, but he's got absolutely no damage. Okay, Pakito wants to change things, gets into knockout strikes, will retreat back.
Yeah, but I don't think Vale managed to flicker out there. For a second, I was worried about him, right? He went in a bit too deep. But right now, I feel like they've given too much advantage to Snapdragon. Xbox has come to help his team clear that mid lane. But Snapdragon with their push coming in, right? They're just focusing on those team fights.
Absolutely. Roger will get the shutdown on Yuzhong. Quite an overextension, but the Blazing Duet into the backline. Knockout punches did not connect. Claude will manage to escape Bush using the BMI to go back. Meanwhile, Apex will recall as well. That's the fight leading for to a 1v1 trade. 1-for-1 trade. Kufra for Yuzhong.
Yeah, but even though we see Roger and Vale getting caught out very, very quickly, I feel like Xbox and Pakito, they're doing a very, very good job helping their team out for now, right? They are managing to push Snapdragon away, and we're going to see another team fight already.
Yeah, the circling eagle on the Roger will fall down by the Basha, and Kufra quite low in HP. He will be taken out as well. 3 for no trade in favor of Snapdragon. They're increasing their goal lead, and now they're playing in the jungle of Team Young Stoner Life.
Totally. Usually what I notice is when you're casting for Snapdragon or another team such as that, look at the damage coming in from Pakito. He's actually doing very, very good in this game. I don't think he should stay there defending the mid lane. he is gonna lose his life for that. I would have retreated, but he is dealing a lot of damage. I don't know why Roger is focusing on Barat though. I mean, not
No
Barat.
way. Blazing do it into the back line with Yujong going with the knocker petrify on Kufra. He will fall. Double kill comes up for Harris. Meanwhile, Xborg trying to get someone out, but he will surely fall. Basha is the only one with a low HP. Why does he want to go in Apex? Recall back, man. Come on. He just wants to stay. He just wants to take the assist because of the cursed helmet, I guess.
Probably, but right, we could see Roger jumping on Basha, right, in mid lane, and I'm not sure why he was doing that. It looks like they're hyper and they are not dealing that damage that's supposed to be dealing, and they're in the team fights they're losing out. But Paquito and Xbox are doing a very good job. They're trying their best to defend. They are very good heroes with amazing mobility, right? So if they want a chance to win, they really need to capitalize on their team fight capacity. Gufra missing his skill right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's gonna be Vale falling by the hands of Hide on Bush. Basha, look at that. With the tortoise presence, he's just inside those two turrets. Will just go back. Lord is up. Bottom lane, Yuzhong and Pakito going 1v1 against each other. Pakito is the one who's dominating, but Yuzhong does have his Black Dragon form up right now. But the mid lane, as the skirmish continues, Kupra jumps in with his skill. One might be caught. There comes in the Salmon Force by Harith. He's going in with those dashes. Look at the damage. Roger caught by the circling eagle. He uses his skill one to escape from the Soul Blooms. Damaged by Matilda. Vale using his Windstorm, not catching anyone in particular. That's going to be the end of the team fight, as well as the mid lane inhibitor falling. But I feel like Basha wants to continue. Pakito goes in with a knockout, pitches, gets the shutdown on Matilda. Blazing Duet comes in, but he will be finished off as well. That's 2-for-0 trade. Xbox, my goodness, he wants more. It's already 3-for-0. There comes in Basha. Will he manage to escape? Yes, he will. Toto his presence as well as the skill one saving his life. I guess that was an overextension by Saap Dragon. That was not necessary.
Totally, but right, Paquito, amazing. He's playing amazingly well. Maybe now's the chance for them to. Oh my god, I lost my voice. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'm losing my voice slowly. But maybe they could have capitalized on this and done the push. Maybe gone for the Lord as well, because Paquito is dealing a lot of damage right now. But Roger, right? We see Roger focusing on Basha a lot in the game. Oh my god.
Okay, it's okay. Take rest for a minute or so. Drink some water. I'll continue till that time. And Kupra landing in a good Tyrant's Revenge on Yuzhong. Will not go in for the full commit. Xbox using his fire missiles, trying to get the mark up on everyone. Lord is being taken by Hide on Bush for now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, minions going towards the base. I guess Ryu will be jumping in to get the tower. Kufra gets in a very good Tyrant's Rage on Matilda as well as the Yuzhong. But as the fight continues, Lord has already been resetted. Now that's gonna be Blazing Duet into the backline on the Xbox. Yuzhong getting the kill on Paquito as well. That's already a 4-for-0 trade in favor of Saap Dragon. That was a perfect Lord bait, and minions will be coming in from mid lane. Harris going with the Zaman Force as well as his Chrono Dashes. Will not manage to finish Roger off. That's a very lucky save for Roger right now. He needs to clear in 2 minions no matter what. They are going in for the base. Saap Dragon going for the base. Roger will not be able to defend it. That's gonna be the game. Saap Dragon wins against Team Young Stoner Life.
Yeah, they almost didn't stand a chance there towards the end, and my voice also does not stand a chance. So I'm very glad Saap Dragon ended the game so early, right? They did not even need that Lord. For sure, I feel like this Roger pick and the Vale pick did not work out for them. Kufra was not landing all of his skills right on time, but Paquito and Xbox, they played amazingly well. So hats off to them. They actually sustained their base for a much longer time. But other than that, like I said in the starting of the match, they were not really focusing their all their hits on Claude. They were letting him free farm, and I think that's where they started missing out there, because as soon as he came online, he was jumping the team fights and getting those kills back to back. And obviously, Hari did amazingly well as well, and they could not sustain Matilda's damage either. So I think that's where they maybe fell short a bit.
Absolutely, that was very good analysis coming from you. Paquito did play excessively well, in my opinion. He did almost everything he could in that match. It's just that Vale was being caught again and again. Kufra, though, in the end part, he did try to land in good Tyrant's Rage and Revenges, but for the early to mid game, he was not being as utilized as a Kufra should be. But nonetheless, Team Youngstone Alive gained the experience. Congratulations to Saap Dragon for moving forward, and good luck to Team Youngstone Alive for the next tournament. That's going to be it for this match, guys. We will be back again with another exciting match for you also. Stay tuned.